Welcome back, guys. I'm Zell, and today we're going to take apart this Small Sebenza 21. The only reason I'm really taking it apart, this is a brand new knife. In fact, we just recorded the unboxing like 3 minutes ago. The only reason I'm really taking it apart is to get this lanyard out of here. So, it's brand new. Everything in the knife should be clean, and I've never taken a Sebenza 21 of any size apart, so this should be interesting. Alright, so what we're going to do is I'm going to use the tool that Chris Reeve Knives sent me, and I don't know which side to take apart, so, well, we're just going to start with the show side and see what happens. That screw came out nice. And this is a chance for us to get a look at the Chris Reeve hardware, get a close look at it. And, you know, it's some nice hardware. Not all knife companies, you know, do this. We've had our fights with other brands because they may make a great knife, but they got really crappy hardware. And, you know, and hardware is one of the most important pieces. You know, there's our other screw, just like the first one. Well done. And, we better take that pivot screw out, too. But, man, that is beautiful. It's well put together. And I did open it. That is just because almost every frame lock that I've ever dealt with, if you didn't open the knife prior to taking it apart, you were just asking for problems. Now, from here we may know what we've got going on. Because, like I said, there we go. And I'm just going to lift that right out of there because it's not necessary for keeping the knife together. And there's what's inside. That is the washer inside our Sebenza 21. And it does have some gunk in it. Got a smaller washer on this side. We'll clean it up a little bit. Alright, so let's wipe everything down just a bit because, you know, there was some ick in there. Kind of surprising because this knife's brand new. But, you know, they had to do some stuff with it at the factory, I'm sure. So, we'll just kind of wipe everything down. We're not going to get hardcore about it because we're just going to put this thing back together. And I'm not going to do any of those things, you know, polishing the washers or any of that stuff until I've had the knife for the first 30 days. Because the first 30 days are, one, to see how the knife does, and secondly, to see how my hands work out with the knife being left-handed. So, let's see here. Got everything cleaned up. That's interesting. There's a little V-groove right there. I don't know if that's to pull the fluorinated grease around, maybe? I don't know. Anyhow, so we've done that. We'll put just... Whoa. That was bad. I'm going to shake that stuff up some. That's a lot thinner than what I expected. Alright, we'll try this again. There we go. Oh, now we got a big mess of it. No, isn't that great? So how do we fix this? Oh, for the uninitiated of the Sebenza, this is going to be a mess. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and pull that out. That way we can lift that, get that back off there, then we'll put this screw back through. We'll put that back over. And that should have some lube in it now. We got plenty of lube all over the place. That back on there. Oops. Make sure to get that lube out of the pivot hole. A little bit of that fluorinated grease on here. There we go. Now, we should be able to put our blade back in. Wasn't that a mess? Maybe I should have watched some videos before I did this, and we want to make sure didn't get anything on the back of that blade. And we'll put a little fluorinated grease on this. That's kind of messy. Some rather slick stuff though, I'll give them that. We're going to leave it just a wee bit messy and put her on back together. So, pivot screw in the hole. Probably ought to put it up there. Pivot screw in the hole there. These two screws in, lay them in there. And people tell me that with these Chris Reeve knives, you just tighten them up. So I guess we'll see, won't we? Tight. 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 No blade play. Blade falls shut. I get my thumbs working right. We'll back the camera out a little bit. Thumb works right. Falls shut. I can't make it fall shut with my right hand, but very good. Anyhow, there we go. And they were right. And that's what you got to do to get this little guy out. It just, if you get a good look at him, it's just a little post with a hole drilled in it. Got two shoulders there to hold it in between the frame slabs, which is rather nice. Makes for a nice clean fit for your lanyard, but I don't like lanyards. I'd much rather have the knife clean. So there we go. Careful with the fluorinated grease, boys and girls. That was a mess. But we're all good and we're all back together. And our little left-handed Insingo is doing exactly what it's supposed to do. Appreciate you guys hanging out with me for a couple minutes and going through my folly here of messing with a Chris Reeve knife for the first time. Taking one apart anyhow. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you next time.